Good evening, I'm Jesse McCall, live from the studios of Tra Young News. Tonight, we are not just reporting the news. Tonight, we're fighting for the truth. In the modern age, anyone with a smartphone can tell a story. Anyone with a video editor can create a narrative. People can talk, and I won't use improper language, but it must said, people can talk rubbish all day long. But in the high-stakes arena of international conflict, chatter is meaningless. Meaningless, dangerous, and destructive. There's only one currency that matters, and that's transparency. Tonight, we expose the latest campaign of disinformation coming from our neighbor, Thailand. We look at the videos, the accusations, the noise, and we ask the question that every diplomat, every journalist, every citizen should be asking the Thai military regime. Where are the receipts? In the last 48 hours, Thai propaganda machine has gone into overdrive. They have released grainy videos that they say are allegedly showing Cambodian soldiers being trained to plant landmines, and they have shown videos over the months supposedly of Cambodians planting new landmines in disputed areas or in the border areas. But let's stop and take a look at this. Not only look at the logic, but also look at the timing. Why now? Why, after months of silence on this specific issue, do suddenly these videos appear at the exact time when Thailand is under pressure to release the 18 Cambodian hostages as agreed upon in the Kuala Lumpur peace accords? Because it's called a distraction. Of course, they need a villain to justify their breach of the Kuala Lumpur peace accords. These videos are far from any type of intelligence. They're purely theater. They are convenient productions designed to feed a domestic national frenzy and justify the indefinite detention of the Cambodian soldiers. We've been here before. Perhaps you can remember the press conference where they displayed quote-unquote newly planted mines that still had their safety pins inserted in them. Which soldier would plant mines, dozens and dozens of mines, and leave the safety pin in them? Obviously, these were taken from some sort of stockpile that they had for a media stunt. For them, it was humiliation. It very clearly proved that they were pulling props from their own stockpiles to stage what they would call a crime scene. Now they show us videos of what they say training. And they say, oh, the Cambodian military is training to put landmines in. Let me ask you this. What would Cambodia gain by sneaking into Thailand to plant mines? What would Cambodia gain in a conflict that Cambodia has not wanted from the beginning and that has been crying out for peace? What would Cambodia gain? I'd say nothing. The risk of us falling back into conflict, armed conflict and war and dispute with our neighbors that we used to get along with is great. There's nothing that Cambodia could gain from this. What would Thailand gain from this? Well, they could, of course, gain a lot because they would garner further support for their military and for their ultra-nationalists, and they would be able to distract from the failures and the chaos in their civilian government to, aggressors across the border. I want to remind you, Cambodia is a signatory to the Ottawa Convention, a global leader in demining. Cambodia's international reputation for demining is strong. Why would Cambodia risk its entire international reputation, cross the border, sneak across the border, hide landmines on Thai territory? There is no truth nor sense to this false narrative. It is purely a false narrative designed to paint the victim, Cambodia, as the aggressor. I want to remind you that if you have to stage a video, if you have to edit timelines, if you have to rely on blurry footage from what you say was months ago to make your case today, you don't have a case, you only have a fabrication. I could go into many more details about these fabricated videos, videos where they had what they said were Cambodian soldiers that had been sneaking across into Thailand and that were planting mines. But then if you see in the background, there's people speaking the Thai language with Thai motorbikes with license plates, and it was clearly fabricated, where maybe they had a Cambodian military uniform, which would not be that hard to come by, and one of their own citizens in these charades. There's so many of these. One astute commentator recently looked at Thailand's stream of accusations and asked the most important question of this conflict, and that's, where are the receipts? This is the core of the issue. In the information age, you cannot just say that something is true anymore. You must prove it. I'm going to say that again. In this day and age, the information age, you cannot just say that something is true. You must prove it. Thailand says, Cambodia attacked us. Cambodia asks, where is the independent verification? Where's the ballistic reports? Thailand says, Cambodia planted new mines. Cambodia asks, where is the serial number analysis? Where's the GPS tagged location photographs? Where's the third-party forensic team? Thailand says, we fired warning shots. Cambodia asked them, why is there one dead Cambodian civilian and others wounded? Is that the ultimate receipt? Is unfortunately a body on the ground as to who fired first. By flooding the media with unverified claims, Thailand is destroying its own credibility. They are acting like an internet troll, not a sovereign state. They're hoping that if they throw enough mud, the world will actually forget who started this fire. But us here in Cambodia, we're keeping score. And every time they make a claim without evidence, their standing in the international community crumbles even further. Now, let's contrast this shadow game with the conduct of Cambodia. For every false story Thailand has produced, Cambodia has responded with one consistent weapon, and that's openness. Welcoming the eyes of the world. Who called for the ASEAN Observer Team? Cambodia did. Who called for an independent foreign-led investigation into the shooting of our civilian? Prime Minister Hun Manet did. We didn't say, trust us. We said, come and see. We said, bring your experts, bring your cameras, bring your forensics. We welcome the eyes of the world. Why does Cambodia welcome transparency? Because Cambodia has nothing to hide. We know that our soldiers were captured illegally. We know that our civilian was murdered on our soil. We know that we are adhering to the MOU 2000. Transparency is the shield of the innocent. On the other hand, secrecy is the cloak of the guilty. Cambodia has thrown open the doors to the ASEAN Observer Team and the United Nations. Thailand has suspended treaties, blocked observers, and hidden behind edited videos. That distinction tells you everything you need to know about who is telling the truth. So, we end tonight with a challenge to the media, to the diplomats, and to the observers watching from far. Don't accept any of the rubbish reports. Don't accept the noise. But on the other hand, demand the receipts. If Thailand claims, for some reason, illogical reason, that Cambodia is the aggressor, make them prove it to an independent court. If they claim they want peace, make them release hostages that they're currently hiding. Until then, their videos are nothing but digital smoke. Cambodia stands on the solid ground of transparency. Cambodia is ready for the inspections. The question is Thailand ready? Show us the receipts or stop talking. Good night from Phnom Penh, and we'll be talking to you more soon.
ត្រយ៉ងនាំសារពិតគ្រប់ទីកន្លែង